So this film has just been given a US release date on Amazon Prime, June 26th, I believe. And I saw that and I was like, wait, what? It's not coming out until June 26th in America? Because this film's actually been on Amazon Prime in the UK for quite a while, like I think maybe a month, maybe even 2 months. So I was wondering why nobody was talking about it, because it hadn't even come out in America yet. So I thought I'd finally watch it and get a early warning out to you guys. So My Spy is a family comedy spy film in which Dave Bautista plays a super awesome master badass spy who's caught by a 9-year-old trying to spy on her and her mum. So the 9-year-old blackmails Bautista into spending time with her, training her how to be a spy and doing spy stuff, and now we have our extremely formulaic film. I said some similar things about Artemis Fowl a couple of days ago, where you've seen the characters before, you've heard that dialogue before, and you've seen the storytelling beats before. But with My Spy, oh my god. Seriously, how many times have you seen a film in which a badass character is caught in the act by a kid, so the kid blackmails the badass character into teaching them how to be a badass, but at the same time the badass guy spends time with the kid, grows attached to the kid, and starts peeling back the gruff exterior and finding the decent person inside, and they start bonding with the family, falling in love with the mum, and then towards the end of the film, the mum or whatever family member it is finds out that they're actually a secret badass and they were there for a different reason, and then bad guys come, and then the badass has to redeem himself by using his badass skills to save the family, and then everyone's all happy at the end. I feel like I've just spoiled the film for you, but honestly, I don't even care. I really don't. I don't care, because if you make the unfortunate mistake of sitting down to watch this film, you're gonna know that's where it's going anyway, because that's how formulaic this film is. You can telegraph every single storytelling beat and every single piece of character development from a mile away. Now, as always, all of this can be forgiven if the characters are likable and the film's actually entertaining and maybe even funny, because it does try to be a comedy. Unfortunately, that wasn't the case with this film either. A lot of the jokes, actually no, all of the jokes fell flat. Plus there is some really cringy pop culture references just put into the jokes and the dialogue that just felt so forced. For example, at the very beginning of this film, Bautista is posing as a Russian spy at this kind of arms deal or something, and one of the Russian spies kind of calls him out and says, "What the hell is that accent? You sound like Mickey Rourke in Iron Man 2. Need I say more? And I have to talk about the final climactic fight, because Bautista is fighting the main bad guy, and they're on this runway and they're fighting whilst a plane is slowly turning around them in a circle, and Bautista's ducking under the wings and avoiding the propellers, whilst nearby there is a leaking fuel truck with a little streak of fire slowly going towards it. Does that sound familiar? Well, if it doesn't, a few seconds into the fight, somebody makes a reference and says, wait, this looks a little bit familiar. All they're missing are some Nazis. I'm not even joking, that's exactly how it goes down. And I didn't latch on to any of the characters either. Dave Bautista, I've seen him in a few films, he's good as Drax in the Guardians films obviously, but in this film he tries his best and he's okay in some scenes, but he strangely lacks a lot of charisma and a lot of charm. And I just feel like they got Bautista for this film because The Rock was unavailable or they couldn't afford him. I didn't feel any chemistry between him and the little girl either, so at the end of the film, when the little girl is obviously in peril, I didn't care. And speaking of the little girl, going back to the formulaic part of the film, she's struggling to fit in at school because she's the new girl, and JJ, Bautista's character, is the one that gets her popular and everyone likes him, and yeah, I don't want to talk about this film anymore, and I don't want to try come across as too angry, because it is a family film, and overall it is harmless. It's not like, you know, you're going to watch this film and you're going to be so just overwhelmingly offended by it or anything like that. It's just extremely formulaic and extremely predictable, and it does nothing new with this premise, and I just don't understand what they were trying to do with it. I mean, yeah, again, you can still have a familiar premise, but execution can elevate it and make it enjoyable. It's just, they didn't do that with My Spy, unfortunately. In the end, I'm going to give My Spy a 1 out of 5. Thanks for watching as always, guys, and with My Spy not being out in America yet, I can't ask what you think about it. So what's your favourite family spy comedy type film? Whatever your thoughts are, let me know down there, and if you want to see more of my stuff, be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.